Everything else I made myself
Yeah.
because I'm a carpenter.
Oh, okay. I'm just I did carpentry in high school, so but nothing too fancy. I made
That's
pens
how I
a couple
started,
things.
and I like working with wood, so I got the education as a carpenter.
Nice. I've seen some few people that do that for a living, and it's just amazing what they come up with. We have a
Well, yeah,
guy on G Tribe. He makes knives, and he loves finding rare wood to use for the hilt of the knives, and or
yeah,
for the handles. Rare woods and bone, like antlers.
yeah.
And then we have another guy that's also G Triber. He has his own he creates his own leather apparel, like purses and stuff, belts and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is sick.
I've
So,
seen videos from people that is crafting like crafting blades and stuff like that. That's amazing handwork.
oh yeah, and then you see some of them that actually get involved in the master welder or master whatever TV show.
Yeah,
They're starting to notice people's creativity and doing a TV show competition style. It's like Hell's Kitchen and Master Chef and stuff. Only now it's people that are doing crafts and arts.
yeah. I was watching one of those craft, and it was like he is crafting anything out of iron. Like he's like forging everything out of iron. And I've been looking for this channel for quite a while, and he said when he get 100,000 euros, he will reveal who he is. So I was like
Oh,
kept looking at this, and all of a sudden we hit the 100k viewers, and he said on Thursday I'm gonna reveal myself at this and this time, and
mm,
the the day came, he made a show, and in the end he removed his mask.
mm-hmm.
Son of a gun, it's a guy from my hometown.
What?
Yeah, it's actually one of my friend, his little sister's husband.
Huh?
I was like, what the fuck?
That's one way to get viewers.
Yeah, but he's really good at it, and he's not educated or anything. It's just a hobby. He had
That's how it all
just
starts.
yeah,
That's cool though. Actually, a hometown and local.
yeah. I was like,
There's a
what?
guy that actually makes a very, very, very large, uh, like crazy large, real
Weapons?
life weapons that replicates Comic
Yeah, I've
Con,
seen. Yeah, I've
like
seen all. Yeah,
Cloud's
also that
blade,
that
Thor's
guy making
hammer.
yeah World of Warcraft weapons and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
But they're like super, super large, and they weigh about 300 pounds,
Yeah,
easy.
you can't lift them.
Yeah, but people buy them, and he only sells it for mostly for the material, and then the a little extra for the time, But he makes
Well,
good money for each blade that he makes, or axe or whatever.
yeah, I've seen videos like that. They One guy was like accused, you're making a shitload of money. He says, no, I'm not. I'm just only taking for the material. Yeah, but scrap metal doesn't cost that much. No, but the sand that I use for the creation, like of my instead of using foam, I use sand. That costs like a shitload because you can only use it once.
Yeah, there's
It's
other materials that people don't know about.
Yeah, and he said that's like the biggest cost for me.
I mean,
It's
you
not
can,
the scrap metal or anything because
I was gonna say
you
you can
could
scrap
just go
metal
to
your car just for
yeah
250 bucks, but you pull it people make more money just as off the contents that are on attached to that said scrap metal.
yeah
The
exactly
electronics, the any kind of material like car seats, you know, suspension, anything that's still in good salvageable material that they could actually just unbolt or take off of one vehicle and put it in another. That's how you pull it makes a lot of money. I used to do security for a auction house, auto auction house of repossessed damaged vehicles and vehicles that were in fatal crashes. And our job was to prevent uh, guests that were going to the auction getting in some of these vehicles and actually trying to turn them on, because you can get yourself killed in some of these vehicles. Because you don't know what kind of severe damage some of these vehicles are.
No,
The motor might run, but
it
you
might
might
have a leak.
it might have a leak. It might blow a piston. It might jerk so hard that it breaks through the firewall and then break your legs or kill you one or another. Even with motorcycles, they're damaged.
Yep.
Some of them we have a person who specializes in the safety of the vehicles and see which ones are actually drivable and which ones are off limits. And we would actually have to physically escort people off if they refuse to obey, and they risk chance risking their own lives, and some of them think they're entitled to it. So we do a verbal warning, or we ask kindly at least 2 to 3 times, and then we let somebody know about it. And then if they tell us to be more firm, we demand them to leave, get out and get off the premises. And then if they don't, then we physically take them off, escort them physically out, and then they get booked by police officers.
Oh, so they can actually go to jail or get a fine.
Yep. And they can
I,
actually lose their subscription to go to the auction houses, because it's a life or
Yeah.
death scenario. You got to think about it.
yeah, they're actually putting other people in danger as well.
And they can also damage the vehicles that could actually have more value if they didn't fuck around with it. Because in the end, all of the auctionable vehicles, whether they're damaged or not, actually has property value and insurance claims on them.
Yes.
And I was surprised that during my 6 months of just doing that contract, I've only had to physically remove 3 of them. But we were also the guys that had to drive the damaged vehicles because it was unsafe for regular employees, and we were in security. So, and plus we got paid less than some of the other guys, so they rather use us.
Yeah, it's funny how it goes like that, right? I mean,
I'm like,
let's,
you don't,
let's take,
you
let,
won't go
let's
in
take
it, but you're gonna have us go in it. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Because we're in security, we're in a uniform, so it's okay to see something happen to us.
Yeah, you're not worth as much as I am, so you.
Well,
you can,
what their impression is because we're in uniforms, and it shows that only uniformed people could be in those vehicles to drive them. That's the only reason why they had us do it. I was like, well, you can make sure that you had employees in uniforms instead of just t-shirts and Levi jeans to do the same thing.
yeah, basically.
I was like, once our company caught on to that, they pulled us out of that contract because it was a liability issue.
Yeah, I can imagine. Also, there's like a huge risk if something blows up. Like,
Yeah. So the
they
client,
would,
the client would have gotten sued, and then
yeah,
the company we worked for would have gotten sued at the same time.
yeah. Let's say if you get killed or something, something blows up, your mom, dad, or wife, whatever, will
Mhm.
like sue the company, and the company didn't know actually what you would.
Yeah, it was very big out here. And that's the reason why when we stopped doing a lot of I used to do a lot of Black Friday events and stuff like that. After Christmas
Isn't that
sales and whatnot.
isn't that insane? Like
Yeah, it is.
the Black
But
Friday.
we are actually a deterrence. We are actually not allowed to carry guns. We're not allowed to carry any kind of self-defensive measures, equipment, not even plate armor. We weren't
Not,
allowed.
not even pepper spray or
We
what?
got paid $15 an hour just to stand there and look pretty. That was it. Maybe check a few bags and that was it. But they did not want us to go after anybody that was stealing. They did not want us to mess with the ticker, because all malls and stuff like that and stores has a little ticker at the door. So
Yeah.
every time a person comes in, it registers that somebody went to the store, and then it registers when somebody leaves. So
Yeah.
when you're dealing with, you know, property theft and misdemeanors and stuff like that, and intrusion alarms, they want us to either keep them inside if they're still inside, or if they went outside, don't go outside. You know, have them wait, and then the client go out there
Yeah.
and take care of it. And if they
Yeah.
run, they don't want us going after them.
Yeah, I think I saw that once where some guy he followed a thief to the parking lot and he got himself killed, and there was like no insurance because he was insured by the store, but it was not inside the store.
Right,
It was
on the
on
parking lot.
yeah. So there was nothing to cover him at all.
Yeah, I used to do school safety and security, and if I was in the parking lot or in the public parking lot, in the school parking lot, it was okay for me to intervene with any kind of traffic issues and stuff like that. But if
Yeah.
it was on the public street where my job is to conduct traffic to make sure no kids or parents get hit while I'm risking getting hit, it was considered as illegal technically because I'm not a cop. But
Yeah.
yet that's part of my job, is to go out there and ensure school safety and crosswalk safety. So I was like, you're gonna have to start using police officers then, because I actually got hit twice by somebody that was deliberately using their car to push me out of the way. But she was a troublemaker anyhow. She literally hit me with the back with the bumper of her car, and then commenced pushing forward to get me to get out because she wanted to leave. When she wanted to leave, she didn't care. I actually had videos of her driving and then stopping, and then she saw somebody that made her mad, and then just gunned it. And her little daughter was trying to get out of the car, and had to hold on for dear life for at least 20-30 feet because her mom decided to gun it and didn't realize her daughter was still in the car, semi in out, holding the door. I had to book her. I didn't like doing that, but I had to book her in front of her kid.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a cop, but I had to follow
Yeah.
the laws.
Yeah.
And this was an elementary school too, so that just made it was hard. It was super hard. The things that I've seen and had to do in an elementary school by myself, it really makes you wonder how some of these parents are even parents, let alone what the current law system has to deal with on a regular
Well,
basis now.
I actually get sick when I see videos how parents actually react while they're around their kids. Like, I'm like, how the hell do you even dare to act like that in front of your kid?
Or even at a school. I actually had two parents. I actually had two moms who had kids from the same guy. Actually,
Yeah.
get into a fist fight in front of school, in front of kids, over
Yeah.
who got more child support money,
Yeah.
and I had to break them up.
And it's not like they're supposed to get into a fight. They should fight him because they're not being treated equally.
Well, there's other traumas to that. I won't be specific,
Yeah.
but it was
No,
kind of
but
nasty. I'm like,
I don't know all your laws about that.
yeah,
But it's just like in my eyes, it's just like stupid because they should not like fight each other, but fight him or his lawyer to could treat him equally.
Oh yeah. Well, you gotta think about it. A lot of it has to do with pride and ownership, stuff like that. And then if the guy's cheating on both of them, and they're gullible enough to deal with it, they're gonna fight each other versus the guy.
And
Because they would rather blame the person. They would rather blame the person of the same gender cheating versus the guy themselves cheating.
They're fighting on the parking lot while he's on a
At
date
on
with
school grounds. Yeah.
yeah, while he's on date
He
with
actually walked out and let the two girls fight. So I had to jump in and intervene because there was a lot of kids and it was school dismissal, and we almost had to do a lockdown. But I intervened and handled it without having to do a lockdown, because every time we do a lockdown, we have to tell the news and the local authorities, and we didn't want that kind of tabloids.
Publicity.
Yeah, publicity is a huge. Media is our can't be our greatest friend, but 9 out of 10 times was the worst enemy because of the racial gap and the constant racial issue that we still have here in America. I was in a poverty. I was working in a zone where it was high poverty and predominantly one race area, and I treat them all as equals, but a lot of the media doesn't, and a lot of the stuff that happens around there, they don't.
No.
They just like, oh look, this is the two type of racial scums that we've been talking about since day one. That's the reason why we want to close our borders. That's the reason why we want to target these individuals. I'm like, dude, I'm mixed. You can't talk to me like that. You know. It's like, you can't talk to them like that, and I'll kick you out of here just as much, because if you're gonna be part of the problem, you don't need to be here. You just make my job 10 times harder.
Yeah.
And I've actually had to kick out news anchors and stuff like that would come to our school. We try to do it in the most nicest of ways, but when they do some crazy stuff, we're like, you guys gotta go.
Yeah, but some of them just think they're like
entitled.
Yeah,
they're higher.
Unbeatable. They are like
untouchables.
The world. Yeah.
They actually got in trouble. They got nailed, and then in order to prevent a lawsuit from happening, they said that they wouldn't publish any videos or any of the events that happened that same night a few times, because it was chaos. It was chaos.
I can imagine.
Unfortunately, we had one kid that came from our school that went to another school in middle school and got busted for selling her prescription drugs on school grounds in middle school at the age of 14.
Oh, that sucks.
And I had a personal feeling towards it too, because she was one of my crosswalk safety guards. Decided to do something dumb to get some kind of cool card, I guess. Get your cool card.
Get some status and get some pocket money.
No, not really money, but just become popular in a new school.
Yeah.
So she decided to sell her prescription medicine that she gets, which is highly illegal. So now she's in the system.
Yeah, just dumb.
Yeah, and then I had a kid who had mental illness and was also in a behavior school that I would handle. He actually ran away from a Boys Town environment. You know what Boys Town is, right? It's kind of like Job Corps. That's where all the bad boys and bad girls go before they go to jail.
Yeah, like the juvenile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's more like a private school, but
yeah, for troublemakers.
Yeah, one of them, one of the kids I used to work with in the behavior specialist school got himself into the Boys Town, and then he ran away from Boys Town, and they can't find him because they believe that he is part of a gang affiliation. It's so hard to get
Filtrate those.
reach to those kids when you get moved constantly. And at the time, I was just doing fill-ins before I was working full-fledged internal. I did contract work, and I did 32 out of 89 schools in my district in 4 months.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I did about 2.5 years before I had to leave because my own
What?
son was sick.
I just got a game question. What is it I need free radicals for?
Free radicals is for singularities,
Oh,
and I think it was also for energized crystals, energized
Pro.
capacitors.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
you need advanced capacitors, and then you need free radicals just for that too.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Nux? Oh, what are you crafting right now? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to craft the other piece of the MK1 armor that I have. Because I got the shoulder and was it shoulder and what else do I have? I have both the MK1 and MK2 of the shoulders, and I think it was chest. Yeah, chest and shoulders. I actually have both the MK1 and the MK2. And yeah,
MK2. I got arms. I got chest. I got head.
you got head.
And I
You have
actually
head of
got it.
MK1.
No.
No. Let me see. Hang on. I actually have the MK1 helmet, so we can actually get an MK2 helmet made too. If I make, make the helmets and the of MK1 and give it to you to make the MK2s.
Yeah.
Expedition chest pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a couple of them from the Chitin, but that was very, very rare. I actually found most of it from Expedition chest. And then I found a couple more MK1 strike pieces and one flame rot armor piece from doing Chitin helmets and then Chitin chests.
I
I
made
s
200 clicks while I was getting food. Like, what? Half an hour, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I did it last night during my sleep.
Yeah. But I got those two, the head and the chest, while I was grabbing the food.
And then what was you making the expedition chest with it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Since I spoke to you like yesterday, that's the only thing I'm making. I'm not
yeah,
making
because I
any more
think
chitin. I'm done with that shit.
No, you shouldn't because they don't have the same drop rate as Expedition Chest. Finn made that on purpose, as I said,
yeah, I was
so that
getting ready to
everyone
tell him
could
that, but you
afford
chimed in.
to, so that everyone could afford to craft. That's why he
Yeah.
made the Expedition Chest cheaper as well.
It was, I was getting ready to say that. I was like, it's a good thing she jumped in because I was gonna actually say, Crystal just informed us about the expedition chest being the reason why it's dropping.
Yeah, but it's also dropping from chitin ore.
Yeah, it is, but very, very low.
Yeah.
I just got 2 pieces from it. I don't
That's
know
why
how many clicks I did. I did 1,300, so I don't know how many clicks it took because I went to sleep. I was only gonna sleep for 2 hours and then get back up when I slept a hell of a lot longer than that. But yeah, MK1s. I got legs. I got 2 legs, 1 helmet, 1 chest, and 1 shoulder. So I need to get gloves and feet. Yeah, gloves and feet, and then I'll have a complete set of MK1s. And then for MK2, I just have the shoulders and chest. Well, it says arms, but it's same thing. And I just got a bunch of cryonite, so I'm gonna work on cryonite. Where'd I put cryonite? Oh, I put it in my recipe book. All right.
Oh, I just got the matter thingy, MK2.
Oh, matter manipulator?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't
Crafting
have
the
that.
chest piece?
No, crafting those energized caparator.
Oh, the energized caps? Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a lot of neat stuff with that one too. I'm glad I actually found 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm happy you did.
Have you found any newer cooking recipes?
No, just those 2.
I
And I think
got
there's only
some
those 2.
cooking. I'm not sure if there is any more than those 2.
No.
No, you know for sure.
I've done almost 1,000 clicks.
Oh god,
'Cause I
yeah,
had
because
so
I
much
keep getting
fish.
this. I keep getting that one the snapper one, that same
Yeah.
one that you get in the terminal.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it. I don't know. There's got
And
to be another.
then I think there's still 2 recipes that might be missing, and that's clothes. But I don't know. But
What do you got
I'm kind of
so
hoping,
far? Because
because
I've
the
gotten.
green and yellow there's green and yellow coral, and for me it kind of says, since they're named by color, you
Mhm.
know, it must have something to do with dye, and therefore I thought that, you know, that we might have a green color or green clothes recipe and a yellow clothes recipe, you know, translucent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only
Um.
know of the 3 sets right now. Is the red, blue, and then the normal.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go farm for more, but then I was like, what the hell? You know,
But they might
pain.
not implemented it.
Yeah.
I did like maybe 200 clicks of trousers or something, and I didn't find
I
any.
heard you
So
trying not to giggle while you said that.
sorry.
I said you were like, it looked like it sounded like you were trying to hide a giggle when you said 200 clicks.
It's I find myself being stupid when I do things like I do it. I have so much materials, and now I got to a point where like, fuck it, I'm just gonna use all my materials. I'm just gonna click it all up because I have so much resources.
See, I mean, I don't craft, and now I'm crafting, you know, and
Same here.
why not, you know? There's no, I mean, everybody has their own theories, but shit, it might actually be true. You never know.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I kept messing around. It's like everybody's doing chit, and I was like, I'm just gonna do expedition because it was cheaper, anyways. And I was getting a lot of blueprints.
That's too soon to be tired, young lady.
Well, I woke up 2 hours ago.
Where are you from?
Sweden.
I see everybody I hang out with and talk to are in Europe and Sweden area, and I'm like, Why the hell am I here in the United States still? I'm gonna go get my son and bounce.
Well, I'm a Swedish neighbor.
I kind of figured because of the DK.
Yeah, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Do
If
you
it was
also?
DC, then I would be like, oh, you're not too far from where I live at. Just a few hours.
Crystal, do you also hang out on the Too Hot to Huff?
I used to. I used to be a mod on Too Hot to Huff, but
Yeah.
too many people talking too much shit over there, so I gave up.
It's drama.
It's too much drama, and I even asked Euphoria to unmod me because I was tired of, receiving drama for things I haven't even touched or done. I got the blame for things that happened on the server that I had no idea was even implemented or whatever. I asked her to unmod me and she didn't, so I actually ended up with leaving the server and joining it back again.
Oh yeah.
Just to get rid of my mod role.
I even think I know what you got accused of. Because there have been some things, and it must they said it must be some mod or some admin who did something. So that's probably how you got the blame.
Yep. They don't understand that there's quite a lot of people that has mod rights in that Discord. And
yeah. I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
I was one of the lucky one got into a fight with Bam.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Well, I guess you heard about it or heard it.
But I can only imagine how it went.
He is like such a pain in the ass.
They're trolls. All of them are just trolls.
Well, yeah. One of the guys I liked to begin with was Jim, but he kind of turns out that he is also kind of fishy. So.
I think, considering Devil is streaming, we shouldn't talk about this.
No.
Oh yeah. There's hardly anybody here anyways. That's okay. There's hardly anybody here.
But she is right. So.
I'm always streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be in a dysfunctional community.
No, me neither. Oh man, I want to be semi-AFK and doing some more expedition chests and see if I can get another flame rod or the last two MK1s, or maybe even get an MK2 out of it.
Isn't that the matter manipulator? Isn't that a tool?
Yeah, it is. It's the repair tool.
Yeah,
so
but
you got the MK2 version of it.
Yeah, I just crafted it, but it's not here.
It's
bugged.
Broken.
Oh, so we don't have it, or what?
No, you have the recipe. You can try to craft it, but when you craft it, you're not gonna get anything because it's bugged.
Yeah, that's what I just tried.
You just lost your resources for doing that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
No, I wouldn't either until after it's fixed, and that probably won't be until EA4 by then. So what do you think EA4 is gonna be? 3-4 months?
Christmas time? Longer. I think we're gonna have to wait. No, I think we're gonna have to wait at least 4 to 6 months at a minimum.
Because I was making a joke.
So we are
theory of
looking
that.
at November, October maybe.
Yeah, I think it more likely 6
Christmas
months.
season.
And
Yeah.
this is just me, me. When I look at Trello, when I look at the timeline, what they want to implement in EA4, there's quite a lot and a lot of new mechanics. At the same time, they have a lot of mechanics they still need to work on that they need to fix and repair from this EA. Like they have a lot on their plate, and I know they're fast. I know they're skilled. Like Finn and the dev team, they're incredibly good at what they're doing. But also summer is coming up. People want vacations, things like that. And considering the amount of work they're gonna have to put in, considering vacations, considering this, considering that, at least 6 months. But that's just
Yeah.
my beliefs. I could definitely be wrong. I don't know how much they have already worked on. That's like ready to go. How much, because what we see is not all that exists. I know that they have been doing more things. That they already started prepping for EA4 right now, like in their version of the game.
Yeah, I was
I
talking to
thought
one of the 3D makers, and he was talking about what he uses and how he started and whatnot. And and he's working on a lot of the foliage that's causing a lot of the bugs and stuff too, and
Yeah.
a lot of the the physical glitches in the game.
Yeah.
I thought they were working on the EA4 already.
They
Okay.
are kinda. Yeah.
Some components, but you got to think about it. They
Yeah.
still got some stuff that's been bugging and not working
They
since
they don't
EA1.
want to they don't want to implement new things without having the already implemented things, you know, finished. Because right
Uh,
now it's not complete, it's not finished, it's bugged, it's somewhat broken. They need to repair that first. They need to perfect that first before they can move on. And I hope they do, because otherwise it's just going to be another mind arc situation.
Yeah, where
You
it's
know,
gonna
to
be,
just keep pushing new features out without fixing the
yeah,
old
because they
bugs or
want to get it
fixing.
out there, but they're
Yeah.
trying to do quality versus the timing.
yeah, that's what I like about this team, that you can like make bug reports and they're actually taking it seriously and trying to fix it or fix it
Yeah,
within
there's
a patch within a week.
Yeah.
Like you can go back to Entropia and you can find bugs that's like 15 years old.
Yeah, that they still haven't
exploits
fixed.
that's 15,
Yeah.
16 years old. Yeah, you can tell the difference in the quality of service and stuff like that. Because there's only one other game that I've played that they are mackable, besides Finn in them, and that was through Dreadnought. They actually took all their time in revamping the game and making sure the quality of the game for what it is and how they created it was almost in complete perfection before releasing it live. And I still play that game.
Yeah.
I'm not high. I'm at the highest level there is. But I don't have the max tier on ships and stuff because it's a PvP style battleship game, futuristic battleship game, third person. So it's kind of like third person shooter where you're a guy with a sniper rifle, or a guy with a machine gun or whatnot, or a gal with a healing kit, or just throwing it out there, it's just randomness. But you're in a space age ship, so it's really really cool. And they had it it's not cross platform, but they actually have the same game on consoles as much as they do on PC, and it looks so nice. I love how they made it. So this is reminding me of the old days of Entropia, but way way cooler.
Yeah.
Graphic wise, mechanically wise, but the setting reminds me of Entropia from Project Entropia days, not the 2009 edition of Entropia.
No.
When they
Okay, so
started
I'm
using
gonna.
the cry engine 2, wasn't it? Wasn't that in
2000, I think it was 2007, 2008 when they started using CryEngine, and then they changed the name from Project Entropia to Entropia Universe in 2009.
Yeah, probably.
I was
No,
there.
they changed the name before that. Before CryEngine.
I was there for it.
Yeah, so was I.
I was too. I was there since.
They announced it publicly in 2009. Because you can actually Google it and it'll tell you on there.
I just know I had to buy a new graphic card. for Cryo.
Oh, I just got flame rock gloves recipe.
You're cheating.
I know, I totally am. Yeah. Expedition chests.
I'm crafting the same shit. I want recipes as well.
Maybe you need to go into my favorite crafting machine. I go to the same one every time.
Yeah, so I try to, but I can't remember every time I get in.
Mine's straight from the door coming in, and it's the second one on the left before the stairwells. So there's 3 on the left, and then 3 on the right of the north door.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle one on the left. Oh yeah,
think
shit
I'm-
feet.
Yeah, next to you.
Yeah, but this has been my good luck machine, so I'm hoping that after EA4 and beta, I'm coming right straight here.
And
Especially
you
in
will be
beta.
so disappointed.
Probably. It's because it's because Finn making that boost.
Yeah. They will just like make it go into other recipes in the future, so we won't get them that easy.
No, no. And who knows? There could be a lot more newer ones by the time beta, and you don't know
Yeah.
if we're gonna be able to be part of that closed beta team because it could be a whole different group of people and backers, of course, that get it to get into closed beta. Because they do always I think they always everybody does 2 closed betas before a public beta, and
I
then
just got the MK2 feed.
oh nice. But I
Thanks.
got what I really wanted, and you got what you really wanted, right?
Well, yeah, I got a new recipe, so yeah, I got
Oh,
what
see
I
me,
wanted.
I want Flame Rot. I don't care too much about the MK1. I'll trade the MK1 and MK2 stuff for Flame Rot. I really just want Flame Rot.
Why?
No, it's because it's my favorite color. It's red. And it has burn and shock resistance, and I like the PvP, so I'd like to play with it a bit on before Saturday. But
So
you
What
know,
happened? What happened?
wishing
Was
one in.
it
Saturday's the last day
the last day of what?
of EA3.
Oh,
Tomorrow's the last day.
well, that's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, what are you gonna say?
no, never mind.
Yes. Go ahead. Come on.
No, no, I'm still looking.
Oh, look. Just tell us. We can handle it.
Um,
Man, I gotta find more glue.
so it became Entropy Universe in 2007, and then in 2009, CryEngine was released.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was around '09 with the CryEngine.
Oh, did I say it backwards? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I flipped the years around.
Yeah, you said the name change came after CryEngine.
Yeah, I meant the other way around. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
was
said
like, no,
2007.
I have to look this up.
2007 was Entropia. 2009 was CryEngine. Sorry,
Because when I
I
started
did it
playing
completely
Entropia, they
backwards.
just had, they just left beta.
The beta, yeah.
Yeah, and when they left beta, they became Entropy Universe, and that was in 2007 because that's when I started playing. And then in 2009, CryEngine was implemented.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I
Well-
never played Project Entropia. So
Oh,
I
you
was
never
like,
played even before when it was originally Project Entropia?
no, I started out right when it turned Entropy Universe.
Where did you spawn when you first came in then? Did they do the change of
Port
the spawning?
Atlantis.
Where
Port
did you spawn it?
Atlantis.
Exactly in Port Atlantis.
This I can't remember. I remember in the container, I think. Or it
Yeah.
was like a spaceship in the back, and then when you ran out of the spaceship, you got greeted by a official.
Oh, okay. So that was literally fresh tail end of Project Entropia because we all spawned there, and they didn't have any, um, really any
They didn't redo.
officials.
Yeah, they didn't redo this spawn in action until CryEngine, really.
Yeah, because they
So
did a whole huge overhaul of Port Atlantis to what it
Yeah.
is now. It's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple other places that people have not really seen what they did. There's another major city that's deader than a doorknob, but it's gorgeous, and it's southeast of Port Atlantis. And it used to be just a little teleporter in a shack. And there was a bunch of them that were nothing but teleporters back in the day, and there was no defense turrets back then. And I don't know, were you there
That's-
when they did the two peck riot?
oh, I
No
can't
to two
remember.
pecks.
This is so long ago. It's
Yeah.
was it 13 years ago?
They started to create a decaying thing where if you unequipped and re-equipped your armor and stuff like that, you would get two pecks in decay.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
this
they
I
tried to
remember.
do
Oh
that
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
clothing too, and we
Yes,
did
I
a huge
remember that.
riot.
Oh my god.
And then the run really big battle that everybody loved was the battle against the Umbranoids.
Yes,
Because
I
there's-
remember this was my favorite one.
Yeah, that was that was intense. I actually had zombie armor back then, and you had to run through all these freaking merps and stuff like that before you could get into the Umbranoid area, and then fighting the Umbranoid, and they were spamming everywhere. I
Yeah.
wasn't one of the lucky guys to get the skin though, because you could only get the skin from that event.
You know there's Umbranoids in game again.
Yeah, I know. And then there's also Columzoids that are in the.
Oh, I mean Calamazoids, not Umbranoids.
Yeah,
sorry.
they're in the newbie dungeon thingy.
No, they're in
Newbie
the swamp.
dungeon? No, there's no newbie dungeon.
Yeah,
It's in
there
the
is.
swamp. No.
There is a newbie dungeon.
with-
You
not
go
with
into.
Calamazoids.
Yeah, there are. They're Columzoids.
Where?
Yeah. I don't know where it is.
The hotspot for newbies to hang out at, where they actually have that new quest lady chick.
Camp Icarus.
Yeah, Icarus.
Oh.
That's where you get the Vivo, and then the is it the unlimited Vivo?
Yeah.
Newbie Vivo. Yeah, that's where you get that from. And then you learn about that's what they did when they brought in the beginner or the remake of the robot beacon.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
So that's how they did it as a tutorial. And then there was another mission. I don't know if you could still do it. They did it a few years ago, where
You can
you had to
only, I
talk
think
to
you
the
can only
lady
do
in
it to up
Icarus.
to a certain level, right?
Yeah, and then there was like
I think it's
uh,
level 10 now.
Yeah.
when I was there was only 2 levels. and you had to have at least a team of. You were able to have, I think, 4 or 5 people go in it. Now you can only do one other team member, I think it was. And they said it was supposed to be something that was supposed to be established with mentors. And then there's a lady there at Camp Icarus that you need to talk to that sends you out to go to these other places to grab these sets of keys to go to the final area, which is in the lake at Twin Peaks. There's a little island in the middle of that lake.
Yeah.
And that was tough because it was a maze. You had to kill a certain creature. You had to
I can't really remember.
you had to run or walk on these lines and avoid getting hit by the stuff that was there. I actually was helping a friend make a how-to guide.
Did you guys do the Enigma thingy that was a couple years ago?
Enigma. Isn't that the one with the keys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking
My
about.
friend won it.
There was 3 Enigma keys. At least when I started doing it when it first happened.
I
Yeah.
never did it, but I heard it was a big success.
Yeah, it was. It was fun because you actually grabbed there was a type of a capacitor or a type of tool that you could add to your weapon that actually prevented it from decaying. Yeah, the extender.
It doesn't prevent it from the. Well, it's still the case, but not as much.
It still decays. It's just it helps lessen the decay, but because the
Exactly.
extender absorbed it until it's broken.
Yeah, but the first one that came out
And then
was bugged, so
if you
it
finish,
it was bugged.
didn't decay
Yeah.
at all.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
broken.
it was bugged.
But the whole thing was you did the whole entire enigma. Once you finished that whole thing, you were supposed to obtain a jumpsuit that was unique and it gave you a boost. And I think it was like a certain percentage of speed increase.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get that jumpsuit, and then I was gonna go to Arcadia and then loot, get enough points to get the coat. Because there's a coat that also gives you a boost in speed.
No, that's on Calypso
No, there's one in Arcadia.
as well.
Yeah, Arcadia did one when it came to clothing that gave you bonuses, but it cost a lot of
There's
freaking currents.
there's a
I'm gonna Google
code
it now.
on Calypso with daily tokens.
Yeah. But Arcadia has their own version too.
Oh really? I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Arcadia bonus coat.
Let's see how long there will
Planet
be
Arcadia.
in Arcadia.
I miss Cyrene when it first came out. That was so much fun back in the day.
Yeah, but with the things going on right now, that guy might end up losing. Okay, because if
Sorry,
it's
you
him,
might have a comeback though. Just saying.
because if it's him being giving out official tools to people to hunt with, then he's fucked. Even though he owns the planet.
Where is the Arcadia? I gotta go to freaking wiki for. I actually wanted to go get the smuggler's outfit, but I wasn't gonna go through all that shit. It was hard enough to get the Viceroy.
Such a bother.
Yeah, too much work.
Just to get an outfit.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't do it. I got some few friends that had it, and I'm like, dude, I wanted that. But then I was like,
that when you do things like that, that is in the end like free, like the daily tokens and whatever. It will still cost you
it was a hell of a grind. It was a
It's
hell
a
of a grind.
hell of a grind. It costs way too much than what it's worth.
You had a better chance on Arcadia for to get unlock the ship that you can get for doing the whole entire mission chain than you did to do that for just the smuggler's clothes.
Yeah.
I think that was for the Ubers mainly. That's the reason why they made it.
Yeah. It looks good, but.
Oh yeah. I'd rather. You know what I did to mimic it? I actually what was it? It wasn't derp. It was a terp skin. It was fuck. There was a
This is
certain
why I like it.
skin. There was a
This is
certain
why I
skin
like
that you could
Virtuverse.
grab with orange paint and it looked red.
Everything is gonna be so much cheaper. These like clothes is in Introvert clothes are an unnecessary item.
Except for the
And
ones that
some
gave you boost that they started
exactly, but
recently.
even then it might even be an unnecessary item. Look at the
True,
one, the
true,
cloak.
true.
Look at the cloaks. It gives you like 2 HP, and they cost like 3,500 K or 3.5, whatever, pence. It's
Oh,
a
are you talking
stupid
about
amount of money.
are you talking about like the platinum
No, the vitality cloaks.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, 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 yeah.
from the Halloween events.
Like, yeah, it's like it gives you just a few extra HP, not even,
The vampire
10.
lady, what's her name? I can't remember. She's a
Raven
fam
Jade. Oh,
Yeah, Raven
I
Jade
hate
and
her.
her she's got
Disgusting.
that vampire suit.
Yeah,
She's got that
Yeah,
and
vampire
that
cloak. And that thing's
yeah that
stupid.
cloak that
it's
cloak
called
costs
vitality cloak.
Yeah,
three and a
yeah.
half thousand dollars. $3,500.
Yeah.
You know how much HP that gives her? Like
Like,
4.
yeah, I
It's
was
like
about to say
nothing.
four.
Yeah, I'd rather spend that money on getting a Halloween freaking ring than doing that.
Uh-huh. But
Just
that's what I
saying.
mean. Like Virtuverse is so much better when it comes to because if a
It's
set of
just
clothing
there
would
you go.
cost
There it
me
is.
like
It's
$2, it would be expensive in Virtuverse, but I could still, justify it with my bank account. Like, yeah, it didn't cost me much, and I look
they're called
amazing.
storm coats. And you needed 4,000 daily tokens. That's the Calypso one. That gave you strength of 20, and each one gave you something different. That was the Calypso one.
Wait, what? What?
The,
No,
that's 20%
there's
strength. That's the one I was telling you. The Storm Cloak from Calypso that you were talking about. That gave you strength 20% increase.
no. It doesn't give strength
I'm
at
looking
all.
at it right now.
It can't give strength.
Yeah, it says acceleration, strength, 20%.
Yeah. But acceleration, that's running, and then they just they just mark it as strength. The strength of the acceleration is what, 4%, 5%, 8%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
It
That's what
doesn't give
they
you
mean.
strength. It only gives
No,
acceleration.
yeah, but
Yeah,
they just
there's
measure it out in strength percentage. But it's acceleration.
I'm trying to find the Arcadia one. Well, maybe it says both. It isn't the no, that's gender. Where's the Arcadia one?
I think I
But
get.
it takes you about 2.5 years, almost 3 years, if you do all the daily tokens daily for like 2.5 years. That's when you can buy the black daily coat, the storm coat.
Yeah.
And 2.5 years, like a buddy of mine, he just bought the green one.
Wow.
He's been going on for 2 years.
I actually grinded for the unlimited helicopter.
Yeah.
I was like, screw the car, screw the truck. I got the helicopter.
I, it's way too
It's
much work.
it's way too much. Yeah, it some to grind for something, a progress. It should be to begin with. It shouldn't be tokens. It should be like a progress bar.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
and
It was the same thing. It was with the gold, with the gold coins in Arcadia. The only way to get them was to the dungeon, and and you had to make those keys and stuff
uh-huh,
like that. And it was a
yeah,
pain in the ass.
yeah.
I'll be right
But
back.
like Nux said, it shouldn't take. It shouldn't even take months. It should take a couple weeks.
Yeah, if I can't do it in a couple of weeks, I'm not gonna do it. I can't
No,
be asked.
exactly. Like a
It's too much
maximum
work.
a month.
Yeah, I have no patience. Nothing.
It's not worth it.
No,
There's no
not even.
need to run fast. We got teleportation ships. We got rings. There's no need. There's just no need.
Also, I have a friend. He says, "Well, you can go to this and this planet. You can get this for free. What can it do? It does doesn't do anything, well, why would I spend my time go get free stuff that doesn't do anything?
Right?
If I can't use it for anything, why the hell would I get it? Well, it makes you look good. I've been looking good since I
Imagine
was born.
if it had 2 to 3% reload speed instead.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
That would be worth it.
Yep. Then I would go for it.
But still, 2 years is way too long.
No,
One
the
year.
real reason why a lot of some of us actually went after the speed increase gear is because you had X amount of jewelry and clothing that actually stacks and you to
Yeah,
the
but today
max
you don't need
amount
to
of.
kite.
Well, but at that time we had to
Yeah.
kite, and especially when we're fighting some really big mobs and stuff like that, like the Proteron champion spawn. You had to. That thing was super fast, and you needed as much speed as you could to kite, unless you actually had those thousands and thousands of dollars worth of armor, and even then, people with tier 4, tier 5 shadow, were having a hard time against
Yeah,
Proterons.
Well, I
now
can
you
tell you
just
why. That's because they do 70%
2%
acid.
acid, yeah. And it was super
That's why.
hard to find the actual good acid suits.
You can show up as supremacist if you want to. You're
Oh,
still gonna take
exactly,
a
and you're
lot
gonna
of
get
damage.
nothing. You could be wearing Eon and still got crap.
Yeah.
All the best gears in the
Oh,
game.
if you were an Eon, you would get totally
Oh,
crapped out. You could might as well
yeah.
just go up naked.
Exactly,
Jesus
that's just
I was
why
Christ.
they
about to
wanted to go
say.
with speed, because it was hard to find a full acid armor that was
You know
actually
you can
good enough
tank.
to sustain.
Well, no, I can actually tell you what you can use. So this is what my memory focus on is stats. I know Entropia almost inside out, at least Calypso.
Right.
And it's super stupid. I remember things since like 13 years ago. This is a limited armor, Rutuba.
Yes. I know
Rutuba.
Rutuba. I remember Rutuba, but people didn't
Yes.
want that because it was limited. They wanted to stick with the unlimited for resale value.
Well, limited is much cheaper because, well, no, it depends on the markup, of course, but you take a lot less decay on a limited armor than what you do
You could
on
do
an
on a,
unlimited armor.
and
It
you
has
can
a lot
still
more
use
durability.
and you can still use it at the max stats. Whereas unlimited armor, as it decays, you lose stats.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was the
Exactly.
downfall. Okay, a lot of us, we didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I've used. I have pictures somewhere with me using some of the limited armor and stuff like that. I used to
Yeah.
love the shit out of it.
You can tank a
I
Proteron
used Vice
without
for
any
it
issues.
a lot, but I used to have a full Urso set. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was my
You can
favorite
tank
one.
a Proteron without any issues if you put on a Retuba set. Okay, Retuba might be hard to get sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean, in the
especially
early
female
stages, they
parts.
came out. Yeah, the males
then
were nuts
acid
on
plates.
Retuba.
The pulsar acid plates.
Yeah, Pulsar. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
And you can solo them without, you can solo young up to old without any issues.
Right. It's just when you get into the bigger ones, the really, really big ones.
And you don't need to kill those because there's not, in Entropia, it's all about how much money that is in rotation.
Right.
And what is believed, I'm not saying how it is, I'm saying what is believed, and my belief is areas, excuse me, areas are counted for, and also maturity is counted for. And since young, mature, and old is the ones that is being most hunted, that's also where you will find the most money and rotation, and that's also where you're going to find most, the returns. However, the only thing that a high maturity can promise you is higher multipliers.
Yeah.
But it's
And
not
then you
going to
have
be
then you
the
have
same
to
rotation.
hit the right time at the right moment to get like a multiple.
Well, that's kind of what it feels like, yeah. It's a lottery. It's a lottery.
Yep. Yeah, it's a gamble.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Because it was a huge gamble going after that champ spawn with the Proteron, the level 135 or something. I can't remember how high.
You mean
it was
the
up
wave?
there. Yeah. we call it champ spawns because you gotta go through all the waves and then you get the big boss.
Okay. Oh yeah, you mean uh, it's like big pits, like a little like a fancy swamp outside
Yeah.
Fort Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a pain in the ass, but a lot of us would camp it.
that
And
boss is a lot of fun.
it is, but that's another reason why we wanted speeds because we were kiting it, and then if we weren't
Yeah, you
able to,
can't kite it anymore.
no. And then that's the reason why we're trying to do the speed thing as much as we could because
Yeah.
people were getting in trouble for using vehicles and flying out.
Yeah, but since Mindoc implemented, and this is like almost 3 years ago, when they implemented Loot 2.0, when you got your decay back, or 80% of your decay back into the loot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kiting lost meaning.
Yeah.
Because you got your decay back, and that meant a higher return. It also meant higher multipliers. Or well, not higher multipliers,
I
but the
vaguely did.
total that you had your the total or the basic loot that the multiplier was added on was higher. So the multiplier was still the same, but
That's the
the
reason
total loot was higher.
why the Kirby's were popping all the time.
Yes, exactly. That's why Kirby's are popping even more now.
Huh. I remember hunting a few Kirby's. I did a couple of it in 2.0. I still had some skills left, so Kirby's was my favorite thing to hunt. What the hell? Fentropia Platinum Jacket? There's a whole Fen suit?
Yeah.
So it must have been an event.
Yeah.
What the hell is that from?
The Fennet event. That's when it turned 15 years.
Oh, I wasn't there for that. I got very inactive back in. Only logged in once in a blue moon. I did Merry Mayhem. That was fun. Got the Merry Mayhem gun from the little stupid creatures over there.
Oh yeah, they changed
Or
that
the-
too. It's
They
not Merry
did?
Mayhem anymore. Yeah, it's not Merry Mayhem anymore. Now it's just Mayhem, and they do it like, what is it, 4 or 5 times a year? There's Easter Mayhem that's going on right now. There's Summer Mayhem. Oh yeah,
There it
Halloween
is.
Mayhem and Christmas Mayhem.
Corona's
Four.
Velocity Jumpsuit, acceleration, strength, 10%. That's the one that you get at the end of the Enigma. You're supposed to get at the end of the Enigma.
Oh yeah.
That was the only other. That was the only other free suit that you could get, and it was a green suit, but it gave you 10% speed.
Sev never got it. He got the E-mine armor, and then he got a bunch of money.
Fucking E-mine, I wanted that a long time ago. That thing was sick.
Oh yeah, I still want. If I could wish for one armor in Entropia, believe it or not, I would wish for the martial sets.
Oh, the green and red one?
No, it's just red.
Oh yeah, the red and black.
Yeah.
The limited one. That there was also a couple unlimited ones that came out during.
Yes.
I
The
can't remember what
unlimited
event it
one.
was.
And I want
Those,
the.
yes. I
Oh,
wanted
it
that.
looks so good.
I like that with the Fashion Ripper. You remember the Fashion Ripper top and bottom? Renegade Fashion Ripper? That's the black and red?
Oh yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah. I actually had the pants. I didn't have the shirt though.
The martial armor just by itself, no coats whatsoever, looks amazing.
Isn't that the one Never I had? It was like totally red.
The only
Maybe.
other red armor that I think he had that was completely red was he borrowed a protector of Entropia, or the PoE armor. What the fuck is it called?
The protection of the empire.
Yeah, protection of Empire.
Oh yeah.
There was only a few suits of those left around.
I think there was like two sets of male and one female.
One female, yeah. Yep, two males, one female. And then the next sought out one was besides the PoE, and I mean a lot of people, you know, liked Eon, but it was the original Shadow. And then a lot of people went nuts because during the Robot Wars they wanted the original Vigisuit, the first edition Vigisuit.
Yeah.
And then because they could up, I found out a lot of the I asked Mindark themselves in a question to them and just to support, asking about the old edition, the gold, was it SGA edition items?
Yeah.
If they were able to upgrade them. Yeah,
Yeah,
second
second gold editions.
yeah, second gold editions. Those they said that they would not be able to upgrade with a lot of the new items that was able to, you know, change from normal to adjusted
This
to
has
whatever.
always been known. This has always been known, though.
This was during the very first. I didn't know about that. You gotta understand, I had logged out for a long time and came back, and I was like, I had some, you know, second gold edition stuff. Oh, they did? So you could use...
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because for a while there, it wasn't. That's the reason why I was curious. And there's still some armor sets that were unlimited that people, you know, underestimated, you know what I mean? I had the normal Viceroy. I did not work to get the Skull Candy edition. Remorse, I think, has the Skull Candy edition. I had the normal one. He had the adjusted.
I had the Skull Candy edition.
Yeah, I had the normal one.
Oh, I like that one, the Skull Candy edition. Jimmy has that one. Oh, I'm so jealous.
I actually, for lower class, what is the other armor I used to carry?
Guys, I have to run. I have to go and go with my dog. But go with my kid.
I actually bought all three sets of the Harrier set. I had the Harrier Scout, the Assault, and the Adjusted, just because it was there.
I'll see you guys later.
See you
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. The one thing I loved about that was account bound, and you know it was unique because not everybody had them, you know.
Yeah.
And it gave you a speed boost for wearing it, the whole suit. But I found out certain pieces that of clothing could actually you lose a piece of it.
Yes.
So you don't like if you put a coat on, a certain coat, like a master coat or something like that, it actually removes the thighs.
Yeah, well, I used we got a backpack at a time. I used that, and it removed my heart. So that was stupid.
No, but I used to run around with an ML35 and a Mad 4 because I was a BOP fanatic, and then I had a Fire Forge. I can't remember which one it was.
AK.
Huh?
Fireforge 8K.
Yeah. The 8000. Yep.
I had
We
that
used
one.
to bug. I remember when we used to bug Octumas for the Furaco Beast amp because he was the only one with the blueprint and he wouldn't make it for a while.
Yeah.
That was a sought out, you know, amp, BOP amp, anyways.
And then
but I still miss the old days where we could use a 103 on an Apollo. You could use any amp on Apollo back then. Now you can't. That was so stupid.
I used to have Figaro Dante on my Medak 4.
Oh, the Furaco Dante on the Mad 4.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That was insane.
Dude, the freaking crits and speed on that was ridiculous. Yeah. You know, well, you guys understood though. If you didn't have the Apollo, there was no other gun that actually had SIB.
Nope.
Back then. With the exception, I think, I don't even think the other versions of the Apollo.
But the SIB only, the SIB came way later because when I started, I could use a a Matic 4 without any problems at all. I would do full damage every time I shoot with it. It came in, I think it was 08 or 09 with the CryEngine. They made the SIP weapons.
Well, yeah, but there was only one SIB weapon in the very beginning, and that was the Apollo. In the very, very, very beginning, 2005, 2006, Apollo was the only weapon that was unlimited SIB, and everything else was 100%. Level 100.
Yeah, but everybody could use those and make full damage.
Because I would use the
then.
shotgun gun. I can't remember the name of it. That was my very first gun I actually bought in the game. I grinded my ass. The swine. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the swine.
That thing was OP shit, dude.
I had the Mentor edition. It was insane.
Remember people used to go after the Hunter edition, Mentor's edition, Hunter
Yes.
armor. I used to have the vampire set, the black and red armors. Not vampire.
Cool.
I think it was vampire. Was it vampire?
Yeah, there is a vampire armor.
The black and red.
Yeah, either black and red or black white.
Yeah, it was black and red. No, the black and white was the dragon. I think. I can't remember now. Fuck.
I just know that the texture was identical. It was only the colors that was different. And the
Yeah,
names
black and red was
the name of-
vampire. Black and red was vampire. I had the full set. It was mostly for novelty. It wasn't for anything specific, you know what I mean?
I used to just run around and rascal.
Yeah, I did Rascal for a while there. I did Pixie and then Shogun until I was able to get Vigi. A friend of mine has a lot of the pictures because I deleted my Facebook account a long time ago with all of my pictures in it, and I didn't save it like an idiot. I gotta
have
get a hold of it.
drive. I have a hard drive lying around somewhere filled with pictures.
Oh, this is the limited armor I used to grab a lot because I loved it for low level creatures. It was Predator. That was really nice. I did Predator, and then when I went after Bullet Max, I did the blue one. I'm trying to find it now.
The totally blue one, like cobalt blue.
Yeah, it was a blue limited armor. I can't remember the name of it.
It's limited. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the Gremlin. No, not the Gremlin. Gremlin was another one that they used for acid mobs.
Well, I used it for a lot of mobs.
I remember Spartacus. I played around with that a little bit. Rotuba was the better one, the purple one that she was talking about. Fuck. I think it started with the... No, it's not Vane. Yeah, Aurora. There you go. Thank you. I used to run around with an Aurora and what was the sword? I'm looking for the sword. It looked like a samurai sword.
Katana.
Yeah, the katana. I can't remember the name of it though.
There's three types.
Yeah, the Katsuichi. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I remember what they look like, but I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, but there's 3 of them.
Yeah, I know. Because it was the honor, the determination, and then there was a third one. Let's type in honor just for right now. Oh, Katsuichi. I used to craft the weapons for. So there was determination, honor, and pride, and then valor.
Yeah.
And then you had the determination was nice because there was an SGA edition and an adjusted version, but I had the Katsuishi Honor when I first started out because, well, wow, they actually had a limited version called the Glory Retro. What?
Do you remember I told you I died from a Titan?
Mm-hmm.
I ran out of ammo, so I died. And I never went back to shoot it. Someone just shot it and I got 100k bone. That's
Somebody
like
finished it off and you got 100k
Yeah.
bones.
yeah, and that's like more than 2 hours ago. I'm standing here crafting and all of a sudden I get 100k bones.
Nice. I gotta go get me bones actually because I'm out.
How's it going?
Oh, good. Well, talking about good old days in Entropia and how this game reminds us of the old days, and that, but 10 times better when it comes to the graphics. And that you guys interact with us, so.
Well,
Oh.
I just
lots of bugs.
generally
Oh
think
yeah. Well,
this
that's
is
a
just
given.
better.
Oh yeah, 10 times better, dude. Like I said, when I first started Entropia, I had a character on a computer that was an all-in-one, and I could not even play it. I was able to log in, and then that was it. So I stopped until I was able to buy a new computer, and that's when I started playing back in 05, 06.
I hated that game when they implanted the cryo too.
Oh yeah, because I had to upgrade a computer too. I had to do the same thing.
I had to buy a new fucking graphics card, and it cost me a shitload of money.
Yeah, it cost me a bit of money. Then I had to upgrade a computer again, and that's the reason why I got this one. I bought this one 4 years ago.
I built this one last year.
Oh, I was gonna build it, but I grabbed the specs and what items I wanted, and then asked Zydex to make it for me.
I just bought it.
I said I want this, this, and this, and I was like, "Do you have an equivalent of this for Zydex?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Sweet," because this is the kind of items I wanted. And I was like, they wanted me to go with Nvidia, and I was like, "No, I want this graphics card." So they did it. They made it work. It's like I already did the specs and everything, and I'm glad I stuck with it. And they were trying to get me to go completely Intel and Nvidia.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I wanted to change it. I wanted the Intel i5 instead of an i7, and I wanted to budget it at $1,000 exactly, and that's what I did. So I got an i5 7th gen with the RX 470 4 gig GPU. You know what I mean? 1 TB hard drive, and then I added the SSD on it later.
Yeah, I added 500 gig.
I didn't want to use their towers, but I had to because they weren't a typical. They were a specific PC building company. They weren't one of those ones where they just build a tower for you with whatever components that you grab.
Oh yeah.
So I had to use their Zydex equipment. So I was like, all right. I was like, I'll buy your tower. I'll try out your power supply unit, but everything else I want from such and such companies. And I gave them the exact specs. And then, sure enough, got it made. And then 3 weeks later, I got it in my house. Because I had a newborn baby, so I didn't have time to really build my computer at home. And I have this brand new graphics card that I won from a competition.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Which one?
XFX, XFX Radeon RX 5700 XT Thick 2 Pro, 8 gig GPU.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. But huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, take
See
care.
ya.
Bye. I just discovered the Strike MK